Alright, boys and girls, let's get this started. I'm bored tonight. Figure out what to do. Dustin is texting me. So I was thinking, I don't know what to talk about. I was thinking about getting some opinions on some skate stuff. Because I'm looking to get to build a whole skateboard. Right? A new one. Because the tail was fucked because it hit a wall. Why am I blurry? It hit a wall. Still blurry. Back up a little bit. Ooh. Well, I'm back. You know what? Anyways, I was thinking I'm gonna go with a flip deck. Always the flip. Always the flip. But I'm kind of stuck on trucks. So I don't know what flip deck I'm gonna go with, but I could look up some. Let's get a company, CCS. We can go check out CCS. We'll check out a bunch of places. But I was looking at my biggest problem was I was looking at I'm gonna go with decks. I'm gonna build it, like actually build it myself. I'm gonna order the parts and then just destroy it. Because I know how to do all that. I'm a G. That's a cool deck, not gonna lie. The real tree. Bad actually. How much they got? I wonder how much real tree makes off of that. Do they even have flip here? I don't even know. They might not. They might not carry flip. As they do. What do they got? What do they got? What do they got for flip? 875. I don't know if I can go that big. I can go above 8, but 75, G. Even 825 is getting. I wouldn't mind getting some of these really sorry 20-year anniversary decks. They're pretty cool. Not a huge. Rune Glyphberg, PJ Ladd, Bastion, Penny. There's some cool flip. That's a cool. I like the Viking guy. And it's got like natural wood. That's an interesting shape. I like the more stick shape, but I like seeing interesting shapes too. I don't know what I want to ride. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty good with the standard stick shape, but like this seems interesting, right? Mountain deck. Huh. It's really big. Okay, I see. That's like the Pal Peralta board I had back in the day. Actually, I could show you that too. I guess CS has one. I know they have some decks that are similar to, not the wheels. Although I am going to get the bombers. I'm not sure if I want to go with black or rat bones. Yeah. I think I might go with the bombers and black. I don't know. White's pretty standard. Dude, but I like the black because it doesn't fuck up. But I think they have some of the Peralta. I think it's just Peralta, isn't it now? Oh, not category. Fans. That's Pal Peralta's. Yeah. Let's see if they have a deck something similar to what I used. This is pretty close, although it was a 10, not a 982. So, it was like this one, although it was more curved. It looked more like this one, but it had this width, and it didn't have the wheel cutouts. Crazy enough. But it was actually shaped like this one. You know what I'm saying? This one's pretty cool, although it's only 9 wide. That shape, I do like that shape. That's what I learned how to do a heel flip on. Crazy enough. Also, this first landed. That Cavalier Gundam board, though, that's pretty sick. I'm not going to lie. That is a sick skateboard. Ah, no, that's too flat. It was like this one, but it was 10, not 975. It's hard to find one exactly like it because it wasn't so flat. You know what I mean? It was like more hourglass. So the front of it was a 10 and the back of it was a 9. I'm sure that's the same with these, but there was more curve to it. It was curved like that Bucky LASIK one, or like this one. It was that's a little bit too crazy. It was like this Bucky LASIK one. It was curved like that, but a 10 up top, up top, right here, right here. It was 10 across here, and back here it was 9. It was a very interesting skateboard to ride. I wanted to try something I knew. This is not when I first started skating, but it had been like maybe 2 years, somewhere around there. Hold on one second. Getting a phone call. Be right back. Sorry about that. Anyways, I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, so like I had that shape of a board, kind of. Maybe this one. This one, the Bucky LASIK one. Actually, it's pretty close. This one's a little bit more curvy, I think, but I could be wrong. I do like the Gundam deck though. That's pretty sick. Not gonna lie. Who else is on Pal Peralta nowadays? We know Caballero is. He's been on and off of them forever. But yeah. So I'm building a new deck. I want a flip deck. I kind of want an 8 to an 8.25. The Tom Penny one's looking good. I also like this Rune Glyphberg one. Not bad looking at all. I like the natural wood finish look to them. Pretty sick. I like graphics too, don't get me wrong, but I used to skate a lot of blanks. I always had blanks laying around, so when I'd snap my regular deck, we just throw in a blank. Blanks are cheap. I do like the flip logo, which not for it. So one of the cool things Flip used to do. You see what the logo is now? Because they use that one and not the old school one. The old school one, which looks like it's not even on here, I don't think. Nah, I'll show you. Anyway. The old school Flip with the was it the iron? What did it have on it? On the eye, like yeah, the iron cross eye. That logo, that used to be like right in the area between here on the top, and I used to have that always showing. And I actually liked it because it felt good. You know what I mean? But I was looking at some of the stuff here. Obviously, I'm not buying anything that's signed, but this black one and this red one's nice. And they're 2.5s. Or was it a 2.5? That's 8.4. This is 8.25. This wouldn't be bad either. It doesn't have the iron cross though. I guess I got rid of it because of the connotations. It's pretty fucking gay, actually. I wonder who makes these. These are really E3, that's it. I guess it's kind of big. The ones I want, I forget what size they are. Actually, we can go back to the beginning. Yeah, these. Oh, these are 60. 53 is not bad. 60, I like bigger wheels, so. This might be too soft, so I might be switching out wheels pretty quick. Not sure, though. Here's my biggest problem, right? I'll show you. So I can't remember the wheel Duro or whatever. If I click brands and go to Pal Peralta, I'm trying to remember it. It wasn't, I don't think it was 85. I think it was a little bit differenter. They were 55s. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Enjoy your shower. They were 55 millimeter. I know that. So I might go down a size. It looks like they got a lot of different sizes now. But if I put the Duro meter or the Duro on, I can't remember which one this was. I want to say it was 88, but 85 is a little bit softer. I might go up to 90, but I'm not sure. You know what I mean? I might do an 88. Let me see the 88s. What do they look like? Not bad. Pretty thick. Actually, these look like my wheels, but not. These come in 56. These also come. One's slightly lighter. Or is one's a different, bigger size? That might be the difference in sizes. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a different size. 56, that's pretty big. I might go with that. Soft cruiser wheel, that's what I like. Yeah, that might be good right there, 56. We'll go with those wheels. I don't know what board to get though. I don't want to get this. Orange and one black? Black, red, black. That wouldn't be bad either. I'm not sure I want to skate at 8 or 8.5. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, they sell completes. Completes are cheap now, man. That 8.1 Odyssey Poppy, not bad for the price. I don't know what trucks or wheels come on it, but I'm here to do more regular like street style skating. I do want to get back into it. I do. I do. Very much so. I might go with this one. That's a little bit big though. But I don't think the size is gonna. I think it is. Yeah, they don't have the iron cross logo anymore. It kind of sucks. I get it, Nazis or whatever. You do realize Germany still uses them, right? They use them. Those are like the wheels. I don't know what deck to use. I might go with the 825. Maybe. Five oh 850. I was thinking about Room Lifter, but I do like the Tom Penny. Sorry, 20th. That's pretty thick. Not gonna lie. I expect. That's nice. I also like that, but I don't know if I'm gonna cut that out. I might though. I might just put a line here and here. I used to do really good at that. I was really good at putting those on grip tapes. I do like the shape though. It's a little bit flatter looking on the edges, but it's not. It's very curved. I've had Tom Petty where they used. So yeah, that looks like a good one. I wouldn't mind using that. It's a fun deck, right? I could also go with just blanks from a company. That's good. If I could get a company that's good that makes blanks, that'd be perfect, actually. But yeah, look at this. A88 looks good. Not too soft, not too big. Still hard enough to do stuff like that's pretty good. We'll go with the. What's the average skate? The average is 97 and 97, 99. Holy. I don't think they have very good. I mean, they probably have grip. I'm not saying they don't. You know what I mean? We'll go with this. But my biggest problem is the trucks. I was thinking about going with Grind King's new set. I don't know if this place sells Grind King. They do. And just release one. Now that this is not it. That's old as shit too. 5. Yeah, no, I don't. But I was looking at these other Grind King. Oh, let me get a Grind King. Right. If I could type in Grind. I'm just checking out skating stuff because my son is trying to really get into it, and I'm trying to really get back. I like the adjustment. So, soccer, that's it. Driving. They haven't released them yet, or have they? Axle size is one. That's cool. They had different. Well, they had different sizes. New base plate is kind of based. It looks like a lot lighter. You can adjust it more ways. Wider footprint. This is the old base. This is the original base plates for Grind King and everybody. Everybody had this pretty much solid with this little cutout right here. I put another sleeve in it. Nice. Dual medium. Full hard top, medium middle. Hard top. Loose truck mode, hard top. Cool. Stepped bushing, locked to base plate. That's cool. Medium bushing. hard bush. Dry cut, crush, kush, dry kush. Just sounds interesting. Anything that'll help. Yeah, no. Single medium top. I'll have to try it out, right? I don't want to join anything. I want to buy stuff. It's a kick flipper. I don't even know where that is. I don't have anything new, huh? Change axle size. I'll probably go with 2.5 with my board. Ooh, what's the colors? I want to preview them. No, Battleship Gray sounds good. Rocket. Yeah, that's crazy. I might go with this just a regular Independence though. Should be cool. I haven't ridden Independence for a long time, but they kind of got retarded. Uh, but back one. Independent has a lot of adjustability though. Not as that Grind King though does seem a lot of adjustability. Like stage 11, what size is this? Height or the width? Why are they putting? Can't tell if that's height or width. Here's start for it. Okay. So hanger's 5. It's a little tall, right? What does it mean this part without the axle? There's no way that's a two. No, I don't know. Those Grind Kings look good. Apparently they're not out yet. Uh, Skateboard store. Gate warehouse. Sure got in there. See what they got for trucks here. Gate warehouse. Tensors. I used to ride tensors. They don't make anything interesting. Just a plain truck. Used to make awesome. Not skateboard warehouses. They don't carry anything. Never heard of this. What trucks you got, bruh? Got a lot actually. Everything. My last set of trucks were the old school tensors. not these. Mine were they had this red insert and red bushings, and they were mids. Because back then they only had three sizes of truck. It was low, mid, high. It was those though. I would love to have it. Love to. By the way, that little pad really only helped with rails and not really anything else. These are the ones that I had for the nuts weren't red. But yeah, that was a cool truck. I loved. Oh, the Mullen. Yeah, I remember that. Better pad. And Mullen. Yep. Yeah, it was these. So if you see that little black arch, it's a slider pad. It only really worked with rails and like benches and stuff. It didn't really work with curbs at all or anything. Even polished. Did it work on polished marble that well? I don't remember. I only skated. I've skated very little polished marble. So, I mean, I did, but I don't remember it because you don't skate that much of it when where I live because there just isn't a lot of it. I've gone places and skated it. It probably did help a little bit, as long as the side was also polished. But it wasn't super helpful. It wasn't much better on curbs or asphalt or anything that you would like, or like banks and stuff. It wasn't. It wasn't fun for those. But the added benefit was the rails, and I did a lot of rails back then. So like when I would do like a nose or tail slide a rail, it would that would definitely like it wouldn't be as slow moving. And actually, if you pressed into it more, I know this also works with regular trucks, but if you press into it more, like into the lateral movement, it actually had more control than the metal did on rails. It gave you a lot of control. A lot of control. It was a very weird but great feeling. You know what I mean? Like it felt you had a lot more control on the rails by like leaning into it a little bit more, that lateral movement, and you had a lot more like you could like slow down and speed up just by like shifting your weight more that way or this way, right? It kind of works like that too with and when I'm saying a little bit, I mean like little tiny fraction. Not like little tiny like a little bit tiny more pressure, like you're just feeling it out. But like I remember if you leaned into that more, you could slow down, and then if you leaned back out, it actually went real fast. Like the metal and metal contact. Yeah, that was those were good times. That was the last set of trucks that I had that were good. I have Thunder trucks right now. They're not bad. I don't hate them. Just not. I kind of want those new Grind Kings. Those look sick. It would probably help me more uh, with like crook grinds and stuff, getting those back, things like that. But I don't even know. You know what I mean? I might just go with the normal set of independents and maybe go up to that later because independents aren't expensive. You know what I'm saying? They look good. Ventures. Crocs has some camo. That's pretty cool. Maybe. I never rode a set of Crocs though. I don't know if they're any good. I'm sure they are. They do have that little gaping hole. Interesting to me. When I see like truck features, it makes you want to try them because that's the most adjustability in a skateboard besides deck width is truck like like little things that make them be structurally different or like this whole thing. This is very interesting. Or it does. I don't know if it's meant to do something or if it's just meant to reduce weight or what the deal. Yeah, it does look like something I would try out. You know what I mean? I might return it, but or sell it. Because I would try them out. Like very little wear on the hanger. I spent a lot of money on just testing trucks. You know what I mean? But that was my and none of them competed with those tensors. None of them, like zero of them competed with this. They were light. They were light, but not too light, right? They were light, but not too light. And because I like light trucks. They're great, except for like they always feel like they're gonna break under my weight. I've always been a heavy in the way I skate because the way I skate is very aggressive and like slam, right? When I land something, you're gonna hear it, no matter what kind of wheels I put on it. I could put on straight up rubber wheels, still gonna fuck that board, slam hard. That's the way that's just the way I land, right? From being a heavy guy and like stuff, there's a lot of stuff I literally just stomp on purpose. Force my board to do what it wants to do. I'm not very elegant, very aggressive and fast, and like it's not it's not always the cleanest, things like that, right? It's not like I'll kind of heel flip, and as long as I ride away and don't touch the ground, right, and my feet don't touch the ground, right, I'll ride away. But it's probably gonna look like shit sometimes, but a lot of times actually, not just sometimes, a lot of times, but it'll get the job done, right? Like, cause like I said, I was never really big into flip tricks. I liked more gaps and rails and flip tricks are cool, don't get me wrong. Like I had the basics, kick flip, not the impossible. That would have been nice. I tried that for a long time and I couldn't get it. You know what I mean? How long? It is kind of crazy actually. How long I tried the impossible. I will just do like I always did mids, right? Truck height mid. Okay. And is there like a bushing durameter? That'd be awesome. Man. Yeah, they don't got that. That is a mid, the one I clicked earlier. I don't know if I like those. I do like the way they're designed. Very normal design, very industrial, very strong. I don't know. I guess they have a hollow axle or forged hollow. I don't know what that means. So that's an interesting. In my head, this kind of thing where there's a hole. That's interesting to me. I want softer bushings. Maybe not soft, but like soft. Soft enough. Because I got the soft tensor ones. That was beautiful. They were so like, dude, I had my deck set up so good that it made sound, but it was like the quietest skateboard ever. Like stick skateboard ever. Like you heard it, right? But it sounded like a weird mix between like a longboard and a stickboard, regular, right? That's what it sounded like. It was kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. I loved it. Because everybody was like, how is your board so quiet? It just is. The wheels I have, I used a rubber. Actually, for a while I used two, but I think I just went to one after a bit. I might still use two. I had a soft plastic And no, I did use them up until, yeah, I had a soft plastic riser with a rubber riser from longboard. That quieted a good bit. And so it was probably actually the size of a high sitting truck. It was a mid truck. It was perfectly balanced though on that board. Dude, I spent so much time just adjusting and trying new things out for a while and just liking it and not like just figuring out if I like that thing. That's how, because I was good enough to do that kind of stuff. Like I wasn't the flip trick guy, right? Like I would do flip tricks. I had no problem doing them. I'd land them every time unless it was some kind of the basic flip tricks. Unless I like hit a rock or we're on some really rough pavement or something. But like I would land it like if I'm at a skate park and it's just straight concrete, smooth concrete, I'll land it every time. That's what I'm trying to get back to. But I might have to stick with the flip tricks. I might have to actually try doing the flip trick because I'm thinking about my legs endurance, my ankles endurance. And today we were skating and my ankles been hurting every minute since my summer skating. And that's just the way it's gonna be for the rest of my life. It's because that ankle had been abused a lot. A lot. I mean, I skated on that thing sprained. I've uh I just doing my thing. Independents are just so good though. You know what I mean? Independents are good. They're reliable. Never had an issue with them. Always fucking work. You know, I might just grab independence and then try to see what else to do. I mean, they are solid axles. They've always are solid trucks. They've always been solid. They're tough. You know, they slide pretty good on everything. It's I've never had a problem with independence. Not once ever. I might just go with a pair of independents. Why not? Right? Pal Peralta wheels. What kind of bearings do? I had the flip bearings. Someone gave them to me for. I was like, I need new bearings for my skateboard because they were like kind of like they were done, dude. They were running out of time, and it just was, ready. You know what I mean? They were blown out. Ceramics are nice, but I'm not spending $100 on that shit. Probably just get a nice set of Apex sevens, right? They're always great to have. I love them. Even if that isn't what you ride all the time, they work really good. They really do. Looks like Bones isn't making those anymore, are they? Let's just go to Bones. I had a bunch of those. They were nice. Super red, but black. I don't know if I want black. Yeah, some nice high performance ceramics. How much are those? Red bearings. Super six. Those are cool. Not too either. They are when you buy a 16. It's for like rollerblades, I guess. Their race bearings have always been good though. You know, their reds, their race, super reds. Reds have always been good. Always. I don't think I've ever had a bad set of super reds. Yeah, they were pretty easy to clean. Not gonna lie. Clean and going. Some I usually use chain oil, but I'm thinking about but that does those chain oil I usually use tracks a lot of dirt. So now they're more thicker. You know what I mean? Uh I might just pack them with a white silica grease. That would be good. Um because all the grease would just, I mean, I'd pack them and then clean them out a bit. That way it's not like a shit ton. But yeah, those were always good. The Swiss bears. I don't know, man. I'm not sure. You know, bones were always good. The flip ones I had, they were just regular Apex 7s. They were pretty good. I rode those most of the time. I actually broke all my other. I've had ceramics, broke them. I've had uh, ceramics, Swiss, all of them. But Apex 7s are just durable as fuck and they run just as good. They do. They just do. You know what I mean? They just run. I saw Flip had some there. I put bears. What an idiot. Yeah, I had these for a long time. They just worked good. Our Apex 7s were great. I think I had better bearings. I don't think I've ever had any better bearings. They were the toughest. They held up the best. I mean, I crushed my, because this is like me testing stuff. So like, I was just buying decently priced Apex 7 bearings, ceramics, Swiss, all that stuff, right? And I broke everything but these. But they're good. They were durable as fuck. And I had those the longest. Like straight up. I'd probably be skating them today if I didn't lose that board. Because I've been riding this, not this board, but it's, these trucks and wheels for a long time. The wheels just don't feel good anymore. They're a little bit harder than I like too. But like, man, they're just like they don't feel good. Like they don't, like, to the touch. They don't even feel like skate. Like, it's weird. I might buy the flip and bearings, Apex 7s. They work, man. Fives are pretty good too. I rode those just to check them out after I broke my first set of ceramics. I checked these out. They were good. I never used them that long because I got these afterwards. So, and then I got these. No, then I got the Swiss, which then I gave these to one of my friends. And I think they still skate them. honestly. You don't have to go like I know it's like a speed relative speed rating, but like when you're skating, you really don't care about speed too much unless you're like doing that like a downhill skate where you have like a longboard and you're like going really fast. It's a race. It's a fun thing to watch, but I would never do that shit. The way they stand and stuff, I just can't even get over that. But Apex 7 is just work, man. I mean, if they're still making them, I'll buy them. That's the place it takes me. Yeah, I just buy these. They were great, man. They were fucking great. Yeah, I'll buy them. $20. Worst that happens is I wear them out and I buy another set of bearings if they've gone down in quality, right? Next is grip tape. I don't know if I want a graphic or not. I kind of don't. I never really liked the graphic stuff. Um, I guess I wouldn't mind like a small graphic machine, but this is interesting too. Andy Anderson theory map grip tape. Yeah, I want to know like that's interesting to me, right? Andy Anderson's a fucking crazy skater, dude. I don't know if you've watched him, but he's like I don't know if he is autistic, but he's definitely autistic about it. That's for fucking. Seems like he's a little bit on the spectrum. You know what I mean? Mob was always good. I'm sure Pal Peralta's fine. Shorties was good. People love the shorties because of the cutout. They were good. They were solid grip. Uh, Never heard of primitive. Yes, I've some of my friends have had CCS and it wasn't bad. One of their complete decks. You know what I mean? Wasn't great, but wasn't bad. I tried a lot of grip tape throughout the years, man. Spitfires was never really that great, but not bad. Not bad at all. It's more, you're more like uh you're more likely to just hit whatever's cheapest because it all works pretty good. But some of them you're just looking for durability and like long lasting tape. And I think the best ones I ever had were whose was that? I forget. Spent good money. I mean, it's not expensive as you can see, but like I got the deck. I went all out with it. I think so. I did a stripe pattern one time. That was a pain in the fucking ass. It was like a bunch of different colors. That was a pain in the ass, but I did it. It was fun. That was a fun one. I did a whole bunch of stuff for a tryout music. I even thought about that kind of theory. This. I don't think I would have been able to map it out good though. Like, yeah, man. That's a big fucking that whole map theory thing is right. That's pretty autistic. I don't know what any of these lines mean. I know they mean something, but I don't know what they mean. And the whole lines thing, it's so you catch an edge, right? That's what I think it's for. Or maybe just marked out like what you're supposed to do, right? I don't know, right? I don't know. Because the reality is that this whole mapping theory thing, it's very interesting. And if the only problem with it is that that's his style of skating, so like I know these work for every style technically. His his skating style is very technical and deliberate. Like you can tell, like when he's doing something, he actually understands everything that is going on. It's very weird, and like he has like this whole thought process. He kind of remind him and Rodney Mullen kind of remind me of each other, right? In different ways. Like Rodney Mullen's super technical, but like he invented most of this stuff, right? And it feels like this guy, Andy Anderson, he's doing something. I don't know what it is, but his stuff is always so clean. Like, yeah, he messes up here and there. I'm not saying he's like perfect everything, right? If you watch any skate vlogs with him in it, you can, even if he messes up, you can see like he knows exactly what's going on. He doesn't have to like think about, like he thinks about it, but like he doesn't have to like focus on it. It's a very weird way of skating. Like it's so focused that it doesn't even seem focused, right? It's this very strange style of skating that I do enjoy watching here and there, but like it's so just autistic when you're watching. Like you know, he knows everything about that board just by the feeling of it. Right. Same with like Rodney Mullen. Same with like a lot of skaters. Those two though stand out the most to me. And that grid pattern is a very interesting idea, and I want to actually thinking. I actually would like to. I would actually like to read about that. You know what I mean? I get it though. I understand it just by looking at it. And that's kind of scary because if people can just buy this grip tape and they just pretty much have a booklet that says this is what all these lines mean, you would learn at a rate far faster than anyone not using this because you have visual markers, and I think they're actually like kind of like cuts. They're not actual just like colored pieces, right? There's some of that, but I think these are all cut if I remember. Most of these lines are cut. I think the only lines that aren't are the red one and the graphic. But like even with just a visual mapping of like what to do is kind of crazy, right? To learn on. That would be very interesting to do, I think. I mean, this whole idea of the map, the Andy Anderson theory map grip tape. So I don't know his actual theory behind it. I should probably see if there's a video. Actually, let's find that out. Let's see if there's a video on that. Let's see what he has to say about it if he has said anything about it. I don't even know if he did. All right, let's listen to him. Hold on. I don't know if this is...
Can we also talk about really quickly the grip tape you just came out with?
Yeah.
Yes. Bring your board. We don't have a photo of it to show the audience, but what is going on with this grip tape? Because it's got, listen, at the heart, it's got a circle in the middle, and then it's got all these lines coming off of it, and each line means something. So of course, it's Andy Anderson, right? It has to mean there has to be a purpose to everything.
Dude, there is so much in this, but it's crazy because like the board is made for flip tricks. The shape of the board is made to do flip tricks, but people see the shape of the board and they go, I can't do flip tricks on that. It's a shaped board.
This is a new shape that you just came out with.
Yeah.
Vivarajas, what is it called?
The Vajra.
The Vajra.
But it's also called the baby heron. Like that.
Okay.
Like it's like the heron was the first one. Then we had the egg, and this is the baby heron that hatched out of the egg.
Beautiful.
Nice. Nice. I love the story.
Yeah. So this is like, and you could literally cut this shape out of the egg, like it's somewhere inside. So that's cool.
Does a person have to have your board for that grip tape to work?
No.
Okay.
But
give us an example of the grip tape. What are we looking at here?
Okay, so there's flick lines and there's pop lines going on. Which camera should I?
This one.
That one?
Yeah.
So there's different ways to do tricks, right? So there's the main ways to do flip tricks are either out of the concave you're flicking or off the nose, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I learned kickflips out of the concave. Kickflips were invented out of the concave. But I've never seen anyone do a kickflip front 50-50 out of the concave. Like if you're doing kickflip front 50-50, you're probably out of the nose. Kickflip back 50-50, you can do it out of the concave. So this is like a channel here for concave flipping. And then, of course, that's repeated on all four sides.
Mm-hmm.
So this channel is where all my tray flips happen, varial flips, all that sort of, anything where I'm flicking out of the concave, like any rotational flick.
Hard flips?
Hard flips, yeah. Straight up.
Amazing.
And then like getting my kick flips out of the nose, right? Backside flips are often out of the nose. Frontside flips, if you got frontside flips out of the nose, then you probably got frontside flip, front lip and stuff like that. Like
DeCenzo style.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like if you, or like Vincent Malou too, like those guys, they be out of the nose, so it's like it sticks to their feet and then they can place it wherever they want.
What is the grip tape called again?
The theory map.
The theory map. Okay.
So the idea is that it's like music theory in the sense that you don't have to know it to play a guitar or a piano. You can just
Feel it, yeah.
you can feel it.
Yeah.
And that's what everybody's been doing
Yeah.
since forever.
You can do every single skateboarding trick known to man.
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, you can. So
No, you can't nollie back heel or switch heel.
I can't kickflip back nose flip.
okay.
Damn, man.
But my
Sorry,
question
sorry.
I can't do those tricks first try. Okay.
But you use this grip tape. Like you use it as reference when you're skateboarding. You didn't have this reference before. You were just doing tricks, but you use this reference?
I was seeing these in my mind forever.
Okay.
And I would always do these videos breaking down my board, be like, see this path right here? And I'd like draw lines with my fingernails. And people were like, stop using your fingernails. I finally did. And now I got these lines.
So essentially, this is like music notes for your feet.
Yeah, like frets.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
love
you're
it.
like, okay, this is there. And then there's ways you can, oh, thanks. That's the proper
Right.
image right there.
So what I was talking about, see the line going off to the left?
Yeah.
Now there's a top line, there's a middle line, and there's a bottom line, right?
That's just one channel.
One channel. So if I'm kick flipping, no, not a kick flip though. What would it be? Tray flip.
Yeah, tray flip, varial flip.
So it just has to be in those lines. It doesn't have to be on the top line, middle line. It's just not like that.
It's not like that.
Okay.
It's just mapping of momentum mapping visually.
Is this sport symmetrical or no?
Yes.
It is. Okay.
Yes.
But did you base that almost off of your board that you're writing now?
I based the board off of the imaginary lines that I hadn't drawn yet. And then this grip tape explains how the board works. So for example, like there's this dimple in the tail of the board that I have,
Yeah.
and that creates this crazy pressure pocket. So when you pop, the tail doesn't roll, it folds on that point. So that the two contact points are that corner and the wheel. So then this red line marks that. So if you pop past this red line, it pressure flips.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see that, right?
Yeah.
So then it's like, and then if you pop in this triangle, it won't flip. And if you pop in these upside down triangles,
But by
it'll-
pressure, you're talking about, I mean, like a tray flip, you're popping on the off the side.
yeah, but a tray flip, you're like kind of popping here and throwing it
Yes.
like that, not like,
You're not rolling it.
yeah, you're not rolling it
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
You're kind of rolling it like that way.
Speaking of tray flips, like you did, it almost seemed like after every trick you did a tray flip. Like,
Yeah.
that was like the move.
Yeah, tray flip is just. I think when I was growing up, everybody did a tray flip in all their lines, and I hated it. And now I love it. You know.
No, it flowed. I mean, I definitely noticed it.
Yeah.
You know?
Thanks.
Yeah.
What
No, in
about-
a good way, for sure.
What about, do the lines have anything to do with, other than the flip tricks, what about like front crooks or any type of like,
No,
nothing, only with flipping the board?
only with flipping. I was
Okay.
gonna do a grind sheet too, but for another year.
Do you have that in your head already?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I have it mapped out completely.
But do you think if you had you can't put all that in one board, could you?
Oh, you could. It would just be chaotic. It'd be so chaotic. Like you wouldn't know what you're looking at.
Only you would probably know.
Well, no, you could figure it out. But if you're just looking at it and you're looking down, it would just be a lot.
When you buy this grip tape, is it come with a handbook? Like, does it come with instructions? Like, how does a normal person, do they have to find a YouTube video where you explain
That's
all
what I
this
was gonna
stuff?
think.
How do you?
Revert to a link or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. This is just everything, bro. But
I
check
mean,
this out.
dude,
Check this out.
okay.
Check this out. Okay, so right here, this is my favorite part. So between the concave scoop and the nose scoop, there's this little triangle right there.
Yep.
I call that the snooze button
Why?
because there's nothing there. So when you're off the concave, you get leverage. When you're off the nose, you get leverage. But right there's no leverage. So you flick super hard and nothing happens.
That's the dull zone.
Yeah, and you see skaters like Versace Plug milk that because it brings a whole new kind of slow flip and like different style that you never see. Because normally it's just people like mistake that, hit it by accident, and then everything falls apart. But if you can utilize that spot, then there's magic there.
So Versace Plug, it definitely utilizes that.
Oh yeah, bro.
For people listening too, it is kind of, it's on the front bolt, kind of like off, so it's kind of directly across on either side from the front bolt, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it kind of aligns with it.
Yeah, a little bit.
You could map it out on your own board. It's the flat part. When
the fingers are flat.
Yeah, it's when the concave goes down and the nose comes up. Huge innovation in skateboarding would to put concave there, but you can't because your boards are made of wood. If you did like some sort of plastic mold or
To
something,
manipulate it like that.
then you could then you could do that. But
So what is that?
With wood, it's impossible.
So it makes the board just flip slower?
Yeah, because you're not hitting anything. There's no gas pedal. It's just like you miss.
So when you see like Versace do like a, I don't know, like a switch flip or something random, it's because it flips all slow and catches it all crazy?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean by that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you watch him flick it, he'll like hit it right out through that channel, like
We
right
need
in that low spot.
There's got to be a clip here of him. We could see this happening.
Maybe like an Insta clip or yeah.
Yeah, he's been posting a lot.
Yeah, he's
Wow.
back.
People love
I'm
that.
calling
I
him
love
out
it. I
so
love it.
hard.
He's so good though, dude.
Did it
really
happen right
is.
there?
Yep,
Where?
right
That-
there.
That one.
Let's see.
That slow flick, bro.
But you're calling him out, but there's nothing wrong with that.
No, it's
because
beautiful.
In a good way, yeah.
It's beautiful.
I wonder if he even knows what you're talking about. As he's more like, I don't know what Andy's talking about.
Well, it seems like he just goes off feel, like of what feels right, you know,
Right.
for him.
Such a shame.
What do you mean?
Well, I changed my slow mo button to the Mac because we had clips pulled. So you're saying his flick right there is going off? His flick is going into no man's land.
Yes, it's going between
It's
the
not-
nose and the concave.
It's not going off the side of it's not hitting the nose. It's right in the middle.
Yeah, it's right in that serum.
I never even noticed this. Damn. Okay.
I guess I've noticed people slip their board slower,
Yeah.
but I never know why. I just thought it was like a little different control.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you see other people doing it besides Versace? I mean, I'm sure you do. But
Yeah.
he's an easy one to call out because he utilizes a lot, right?
He utilizes it stylishly. You see a lot of people do it by accident, and they go, what happened wrong there?
What about Neen Williams heel flips?
That would be off the nose for sure.
Okay, because it flips crazy, right?
Like it's boning,
it is-
right? Like
yeah.
it's like, so you have to have that front leverage to really bone that out.
What about Jeremy Ray's kickflip?
Dude, I don't know.
Like, cause you know how he puts his foot way over on the other side. Like, how would that be able to work for him with this? I don't know.
Well, I feel like his foot's so far over that it grabs most of the board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's more than one little spot. It's probably like
Well, the other thing is too, right? Is like you don't put like your foot is bigger than any of these channels,
Okay.
right? So like if my foot's here, I might be flicking with this part of my foot.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Totally.
So it's like,
This is a Jeremy Ray kickflip.
wow. Yeah. See, he's in the nose.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
off,
there it
off the
is.
side. Yeah,
it's a great angle right there.
Yeah. Whoever brought this video up's a
it's
freaking
Rod.
master.
But Jeremy Ray has a very unique way to kickflip.
Yes,
He just
for sure.
it looks like he's going to do a heel flip,
Yep.
but he does a kickflip.
Yeah. So
It
that's
worked for him.
Originally, all the lines.
Look at that
Bro.
angle.
Yeah, that's messed up.
But it works for him. That's crazy, you know?
I want to say he's the only one I've ever seen do that.
Yeah.
Look at his toe
Exceptional.
is hanging off the other side of the board.
Yeah, I would think he's doing a heel flip right there.
Yeah, but he's got a 7.0 board too.
It don't matter. He still does them like that though.
It's great.
And it looks kind of interesting. It looks like he's using more of like, not the toes, but like on his back foot. He's not.
And he lands it like that.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's using his toes. It's more of like, if you call it the palm of your foot. I don't know if that makes sense.
the ball.
The ball,
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of.
Yeah. I see. John Bradford sets up for kickflips with his foot fully sideways. Like I set up for my kickflips with my foot kind of pointed.
Yeah.
But he does it fully sideways, and I was like experimenting with that recently. Like, a different feeling completely. You know,
Yeah.
just like yeah.
Yeah, you're already comfortable doing it the way you do it, and then you
Yeah.
try it a different way. Maybe it might work, but maybe majority of the time it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I could. It's just how you cook it in your brain.
Totally.
But that's the thing. It's theory. It's not. This isn't the way. But there are some things like if you varial flip, you go out of the concave. But if you varial flip out of the nose, it's called a dolphin flip.
Yeah.
It's a forward flip.
Right.
You know, and that's like that kid Pikerman. You know Pikerman?
Mm-mm.
He's coming up, dude. If you don't know him
Where's he
yet, you're
from?
gonna. I don't even know where he's from. He's insane. He rides for Slappy Trucks, but he does these backside 360 flips, like way over coping and pool. But he flicks it out of the nose, so I'm like, that's a 360 dragon flip, bro. That's not a tray flip because it's out of the nose. So it like has this different way of rotating that makes it work for him.
Huh.
A dragon flip.
Yeah, it's like Chris Chan invented it. It's like a 360 forward flip.
But he's going with it though.
No, it's just like it's tray flip.
But you're talking about this dude Piker does it on transition and it goes with it, or just a 360 flip?
He does a 360 flip, but he flicks it off the nose, so it doesn't flip like this. It flips like this.
I see what you're saying. That's nuts.
And it makes it work better for ramp. Like, I think he might have accidentally figured out some big secret.
He unlocked it.
Yeah.
That was it right there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, off the nose. Tray flip off the nose, it's 360 dragon flip. So, like,
It's
just
so bizarre.
just
Konosuke, he does it in the middle, or
Yeah, almost like,
Konosuke.
it's like
Yeah.
a late 360 flip, right?
It looks really bizarre.
Right?
Really, I don't know if I like it.
But dude, yeah, that was insane when he did that. But you can totally mess with. So if you do tray flip
That's
out
crazy.
of here, if you put your foot there, it's not going to scoop as much. So it ends up being varial flip.
Yeah.
So it's like you like this plus this equals this, but this plus this equals something else, and this plus this equals something else again. You know what I mean? And he just and then there's these middle lines here, which are like the inward heel flip that you kind of kick back with,
Okay.
like 360 inward heel flip,
Yeah.
and like 360 hard flip. You see people do 360 hard flips where they like kick it like that. So those are like niche, but not to be forgotten. Like those are spots too. But the majority of everything is up here, which is why the board is wider up there.
Would you say that having this stuff mapped out on your board like has made you better? If that's
Oh, for sure. More consistent. But like you guys, I've had this mapped out on my board. It was just invisible.
how long you had this for a long time like that?
Yeah, since the Olympics. Like after the Olympics, I was like so depressed at my parents' house, and I was just like, it's like the adrenaline drain. Like you just go do the biggest thing ever, and then afterwards you're like, I need to rest for a while. Like depressed in the deep rest
sure
type of.
decompress?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I kept getting these visions of the flip trick lines. So I started mapping them out like a freaking mad scientist. And years and years and years later, like it developed into this shape. And then I'm like, but people still don't understand the shape. It looks like a crazy redundant shape. So then the grip tape tells the story.
What
Makes
size?
sense.
What size that board come in, by the way?
8.5.
That's it.
Yeah, 8.5.
No smaller, no bigger, just 8.5.
8.5.
One size.
Mm-hmm.
Would love a 9.
Oh.
What happened?
He wants a 9.
Oh, he wants a 9.
But what if I was like put that on my board? I'm running a size 8 right now.
What's your wheelbase?
I don't know what the last one. To be honest,
14?
I think it's 14 or
18.
something.
This is made for 14 and a quarter. So
Okay.
so you might have issues with that, but other than that, it should work perfectly. The only thing that isn't relevant on other boards. So like this board has the square tail, which opens up this triangle for the stable pop. But on a round tail, this would be a straight line because there's no actual square stable pop zone. And then these red lines are specific because of this cut in the tail. So if you don't have that cut, then you don't have these red lines.
I feel like trying to put that grip tape on is way harder than it looks.
It's pretty easy. Like the last few times I tried to do a video on it, I put the hardware through first, sticking up, and like. But if you use Allen keys, and you have the Allen keys sticking up out of the board, like just two, one here, one there,
Yeah.
and then you have the holes already poked into the grip. You like line it up, slide it on, and like it's perfect.
Is there grip tape hole marks on that grip tape?
Mhm.
Oh, there is.
The grip tape hole marks.
Okay, I can't see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there are. Yeah. Got you. Okay. So if you can nail the holes, you're golden.
Yeah, you just need one on either corner, and if you have two Allen keys,
Right.
you just stick
So
them
we
up.
got to make sure
Yeah,
that
that's
the
pretty
printing is good.
Mm-hmm.
The printing's most important.
Yeah, dude.
part.
This is like, bro.
This is like, bro.
Hey, and all of this innovation and stuff that I've been working on has been through the part. So when I started, I didn't even have the egg done. the last board, that wasn't even done yet. So the early tricks in the part are on an experimental ag board.
Okay.
And then I got the ag done, and I wasn't satisfied because it didn't have this red line, because it didn't have this cutout. My first board had the square, so the red line was there. But on the egg, it was rounded, so the red line wasn't there. And I'm like, what? Like, how did I make a board that doesn't have my red line? Like, I need that.
Yeah.
Like, of course, it wasn't ever visually there, but I knew it
In your mind.
in my mind. So I was like, ugh.
All this innovation that you're doing, the board, the grip tape, the wheels, are you getting feedback? Is the public responding to it?
I haven't got any feedback on the grip yet.
Really?
Yes. So, like, people love the concept, but I'm waiting for the first person to like, make a video like, hey, this is what I think about it.
How
Okay.
long's it been in the market?
Just a couple weeks, maybe a month and a half.
Okay.
But also the grip tape kind of goes with the board, so you know.
Well,
It's
you
like
got-
very
So you
specific
got to
to-
get both.
Yeah, but the idea really is the concept, putting the
Right.
concept out there, and this happens to be the means. And whether or not you like, just like if people just could see no man's land and their nose, and that's really
You know what you need
the
to do,
goal.
bro? You need that grip tape needs to come with a QR code that you scan with your phone, and
think
then
I
you
agree.
have
I agree.
a video,
I think
and
we
then
did
it just
that.
goes right to the video. They can watch you explain everything.
It's such a good idea. I think we already did it.
Perfect.
I think you already did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I asked you before. I said, how do people know about the thing?
Yeah.
How do people know?
Theory map?
Theory map. It's a video.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude. It's like
Perfect.
it took a lot.
And this Powell made this grip tape?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then this logo is the same logo that's on the hydrant. And it's the two herons
Okay.
making love.
Making the little
Making
baby
the little
hair.
heart.
Little baby heron. And that part kind of looks like a broken egg. I
Okay,
don't
so
know.
you do have a little video explaining it.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay.
We
okay.
got it out.
Okay, my bad.
Chris thought he was ahead of the game right there.
did,
Yeah.
Well, listen, I'm trying to. I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to help.
But
you
dude,
know?
it's
I'm a thinker.
the concept and getting those ideas out, because I've been talking about it forever, but without having something to point to. People be like, yeah. I don't know what he's talking about.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Does it help on dark slides at all?
The shape does.
Okay.
Because it cuts out more narrow. So when you look at it from this perspective, it goes down and back up. So these.
So you're only
act as
getting
little
4
blockers.
points of
So
contact.
when you're sliding, you're here, and like it'll hold you in a little bit.
And it doesn't mess your grip tape up.
No, it doesn't mess your grip tape up. Your grip tape only gets messed up when you go into the flat zone.
Can I have that board? I want to. I want the wheels. I want the board. I want the grip tape. I want everything.
Dude, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You can
just
hook
got a
hook me up with a
box.
Christmas complete.
I was on such a drought for so long, dude.
Really?
I had no new product because I was too lazy to ask, not because they didn't have anything. And I just got a box, so I will hook you up.
Please.
How
dude.
hard is it to ask for a box, dude? You send a text.
Dude, but like,
Depends on the time, though. You can't send it too late. You can't send them on the
So
weekends.
from
You
9
can't
to
send it-
5, you're like, oh man, I'd love to send this text, but I'm too lazy right now.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I got weird. Got weird brain.
Okay, well, it's working out for you.
Weird brain. He's autistic as shit about that, man. Look how did you see how excited he got? That was crazy. That's an interesting theory. Like, I like the idea of it though. It's very interesting. I feel like you could learn a lot faster too. Like, this dude just like watch the way he skates. It's crazy.
What's good, Skate Tales? This is Manners, and I'm in Venice Beach to meet Andy Anderson to find out, is he the most versatile skater?
Pretty much.
Hello. Hey, Andy.
What up?
How you going?
He's very fucking good, dude. I like how he wears a helmet. It's kind of crazy.
I moved to Venice because I think a lot of people told me I shouldn't.
And this is where the OG Venice skate spot 2 was with all the graffiti walls?
Yeah, those are the graffiti walls right there.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They're still sticking up out of the sand.
Yeah.
This is where skateboarding began, you know? At least on camera. There's energy here.
Yeah. Curbs upon curbs upon curbs.
Yo, what up? Chilling, man. I got a board for on April 13th, 2000, my 4th birthday. In the winters, when it would rain, I'd be practicing in my garage, and I wasn't strong enough to do like kickflips or anything yet, so I would just do boneless wall plants. And then when Dogtown Z-Boys came out, I was like, there's soul in that, and they're just riding, you know, they're touching the ground, they're feeling it. So I wanted to be a pro 70s skater, and then work from there, you know? Because in the 70s, there was no Ollie. Ollie wasn't until 1984, really. If you go before the Ollie, there's so much. It's like insane the amount of tricks that you can do. And I've always found that fascinating. I feel like blending terrains is what needs to happen in order to bring up freestyle. Everything that I'm doing has pretty much been done in the 80s and then been cast into the shadows by the 90s. And I'm just bringing it back.
Did you see that? Did you see that? Barrel Hugh Melon?
Yeah.
Which decade is that trick from, what do you think?
Oh, probably late 80s.
Late 80s?
Or no, Tony Hawk invented that one in like
90s, early 2000s?
in the end. Birdhouse the End.
That's 90s?
I think that was the premiere of that
2001?
trick. Yeah, I definitely care about what came before. Started in the 60s, 70s, worked my way to the 90s, but I'm still in the 90s. I gotta make it out.
How many tricks can you do in one trick?
Too many, bro.
Too many?
Yeah.
Let's see. Venice Beach and Andy is like a match made in heaven. I'm telling you. Flowing.
Andy is a great guy. He's my brother. To keep it short, he's a really good guy. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Because he was like one of the first to kind of like bring back that freestyle skating, you know? And he was doing it in transition, so it's all around, all terrain. That's how I look at him. All terrain, man.
I feel like I'm more accepted than I realize. To the point where like people come up to me like, dude, I love your skating. And they're like, really? You like my skating? Like, you look like someone that would not like my skating, you know? Like, are you sure you got the right guy?
When Andy first kind of like showed up on the scene, there's a lot of haters just because he's wearing a helmet. And it's ridiculous, honestly. Like, his skating speaks for itself.
You know, he's been in skateboarding for a long time. He's been on Powell Peralta for a long time. So he kind of came up with not a lot of people paying him much attention or like kind of like judging him for his helmet.
That's a big part of the helmet. Well, like, protect your brain, bro. Your brain is you. Your brain is you. Like, everything else is like an extension of you. No matter what people would say, people said, they would never say it to my face. Even the guys on the tours that would smash my helmets and stuff and piss in them and whatnot, they wouldn't do that in front of me. They would be my friends all day, then do that at night. So I never really got a sense of the hate that people say that they seen me have, you know? But definitely had to go through some hazing, bro, working my way into the industry.
A lot of people are using rails nowadays. I noticed that. been like coming up. But the way he rides, it's so analytic and crazy. Like,
There was a truck at a red light and Andy just jumps on it. Front blood and 50-50. Light turns green, truck goes away. Venice vibes.
He was hyped too.
Yeah.
That's good.
If that happened in my hometown, I'd get my ass kicked for sure. How long you been living here?
2 years. And there's Kevin Harris board, dude. Like, first Canadian pro, he was on Powell and a freestyler. Obviously a huge influence in my life.
What's all these things over here? Hydrant sanctuary?
Jesus.
What's your favorite hydrant trick?
Oh, the Satan nips for sure. It's not a spin, but dark side.
Whoa. And who's the person that did the coolest hydrant trick ever?
You, bro.
No way.
Yeah.
Me?
You know that.
How can you say that?
Dude, you did the no-skull nollie heel over the
Oh,
frickin-
that time, yeah. I blacked out. First time, last time.
Dude, that was it. That was the sickest hydrant trick I've ever seen.
Thanks, Andy. Oh, no.
Bro.
I'm so sorry. What is this crazy wall over here?
Oh, it's just brainstorming. Trying to figure it all out. How my part's gonna come together. These are all the boards that the tricks were done on for the part.
All these boards for one part?
Yeah. Someone told me way back that if you do 30 tricks, that's a part. If you do less than 30, then you get a shared part. So 30 tricks is always kind of my goal.
In the part, he skates every type of style, every type of obstacle. He has something on Tony Hawk's vert ramp. So I would say the ultimate ATV, like all-terrain vehicle, like most well-rounded skater.
This is the material that made the ender rail possible, the slow grind.
It's called the anti-wax. It's the 16-stair rail that goes into a kink and then curves and then another 16.
Then a 26.
Then a 26.
But you put 2 layers of yoga mat, then you can cover it in Gorilla Tape and wax the crap out of it and you still grind slow.
Ingenious.
Also, when you see this, you realize like how long the rail is.
I read about this in Thrasher magazine. There's a whole article about that trick and how he used the anti-wax, but never explained what it is. And here the secret has broken.
Like, Andy can do whatever he wants, you know? Like, I think he's gonna end up being like an engineer. You know, like the way his mind works and like way he thinks about, like, he's a problem solver. Even down to his grip tape now, where he's got all like the little lines on it. Like, if you get his grip tape, whatever, you can like learn how to do flip tricks. You know, like no one's ever really done that. Like, you know.
Like, I knew I needed to learn more flip tricks and how to understand more flip tricks. And even the tricks I knew how to do, I didn't know how I was doing them. And this is the simplification, the simplest way I've been able to draw all the lines. The kickflip was invented out of the concave. But if you want to get your kickflips high, then you got to hit the nose. So in this triangle is where you have really stable pop. Well, this is my primo tail. So that's really important for whether you're flicking that way or that way. It's an 8-5 where your feet are, but if you're setting up for a flip trick, it's an 8-2. So it's harder to miss, you know? And then when you land, you're landing on an 8-5.
Looks like just like Andy, his board is an all-terrain vehicle. Goes on anything.
everything he does, whether it's his shoes, his boards, his wheels, or like his part, he's trying to just evolve skating. With him, you never know what he's gonna do. So for his next evolution in skating, it's like, it feels like I'm watching like a freaking Dragon Ball Z character or some kind of like anime. It's like, I don't know, you know? It's really rad.
The idea is to get the refined versions of the things that I've always wanted. Boards that are symmetrical and that work with the way that my brain sees skateboarding working, with the flicks and the popping and how tricks work. I just really want to push people to think rather than accepting what they're given.
Andy's really special. He can skate anything. He has fun doing it, and it shows. He's kind of like versatile, very versatile as a skateboarder.
Look at this place, the legendary Nadas Curbs, with so many legends coming here on the daily. We got Mike York, Lucas Puig, Andy Anderson, Roger from the Nine Club. It's just a regular day at Venice.
So sick to skate here because all the legends, dude.
You like doing it? Dude, you did it so clean, bro.
You fucking rock.
Oh, that was so proper, dude.
I don't know how I did it.
That was so proper. How do I define my own skateboarding? That's a tricky question to answer, man. I like trying to find new ways to skate old stuff or old ways to skate new stuff.
So I think now that he's become this ultra phenomenal skater, it's like he still tries to live in that space of being the not popular skater. And I've never really seen him be like, oh, I'm Andy Anderson. I'm like this dude, you know? Even though a lot of people think of him that way.
He's a sweetheart. Really, like, I love the kid. Like, not like a negative bone in his body.
I think if you're truly yourself, even if it's freaking weird, but at the end of the day, if you're you, then they either accept you or they don't. But if you changed, then you're not you anymore, and then you're just what they're willing to accept.
What does skateboarding mean to you?
Skateboarding is the best walking alternative I've ever thought of.
We skated a lot yesterday, man. That was super strong first day.
Dude, I haven't skated that much in literally months.
Exactly.
Yeah, that dude's crazy autistic. All right. I'm going to jump off. See y'all later. Thanks for watching.